In this lesson, we're gonna work with standard part design workbench, which is kind of the main workbench in FREECAD. And this workbench uses mainly the sketcher or a way to create 2D that is not actually for representation like the draft. So to create like papers or printed material, but it's used for parametric modeling, parametric design. So that's the main difference between using draft and sketcher. So when we want to do something specific for 3D modeling and parametric modeling, we use the sketcher. When we want to do print, and we saw we can create like architectural plan views or any type of technical drawing blueprint, we usually use draft. And when we need to model, we can use the part, which is kind of more free modeling than part design. Now, everything in part design stands on, well, not everything, but most of the modeling stands on the sketches and the drawings, which are also constrained by kind of dimensioning and ruling. So we're gonna see this in practice. It's gonna be better to explain and to understand. So you can see that I can start here by creating a parametric part in the splash screen, or I can just create a new file, because when I create a new file in FreeCAD, it's going to automatically be set on part design by default. You can change that, and we can start creating a new body right away. So I'm going to save this as lesson 18 of our course, and we're going to see this other type of modeling and workbench. We already saw some of these tools before in an introductory way, so we're going to get into this more specifically and in more details. So I can go directly here. We can call it like a suggestions panel, which is called a task, which is gonna suggest us what to do next. And in this case, the first thing we want to do is create a body. So that's our first action. And you can see the second step, the second action is going to be to create a sketch, or to go with Boolean operations, which we're not going to do it right now. But this is when you have two or more bodies ready to be used. We don't have anything right now. We have kind of a blank space. We don't really know where the origin is, and etc. etc. So if I go to create a sketch, I can now see the three most important planes, which are the x epsilon, xz, and epsilon z. So the one that is going to be on the ground, flat, and like visible from the top is going to be the x epsilon plane. So I'm going to select that. You can select it on the screen. You can select it on the list. Once you do this, there you go. We can see the origin, and not too more than that. So it's kind of, for me, it's kind of a little bit overwhelming, or I don't feel secure in this environment like this. So what I tend to do is to rapidly create a grid or visualize the grid. So if we go up here in the toolbars, and remember, if you don't see any of these toolbars, you can right click, you can open up from here. And so like this one here is to cut, paste, and copy. And you can also lock the toolbars if you want, and we already saw how we can customize them. But anyway, make sure you have everything visible, because it's important. So this one here is the toggle grid, or the sketcher grid. So it's a little bit different from the draft grid, but is more or less has the same purpose. Now, if you scroll far away and closer to the origin, you may say that this is kind of regenerating, because this is an automatic grid. So it generates more grids when I get really close or really far. And I don't really like this. It's kind of confusing. So I deactivate the auto spacing right here, and I just set up a spacing in here, which right now is in centimeters. Now this refers to the units in your project. So if you want to change this, you can change it in this project by going here at the bottom right. So you can see I'm using now centimeters. You can use, empirical or metrical. You can use millimeters. You can use meters. We used meters because we made some examples in architecture before. So I think now I'm going to switch to centimeters or millimeters. So I think a midway could be centimeters for this lesson. And also remember, you can change this into edit preferences and go in here where the language is in the general setting. You have the default unit system is the one that is gonna be by default. So every time you create a new file, you're gonna find this. So you can change it here and it's gonna be applied to any new document. Okay, now that we are in this setting, if I scroll a little bit far or back, I can see now this is each one of these is going to be 1 centimeters, major lines each 10 centimeters, which is fine for small pieces and like industrial design, product design, small products. Okay, now I think it's time to start drawing. So the white and red icons here on the top, these are all the drawing tools. And then you have here the constraints, which will limit your drawing in a way, and this works like also like snaps in a way. They constrain, they make things snap together and attach together. If I right click and I unlock, you can also position this in a different way, so you can organize the space however you like. And probably these two are the most important ones here. And then you have some transforming tools like move, rotate, or scale, which are also like basic and important. And then we have other tools for the curves and also additional utilities in there. So let's lock like this. And I'm gonna start with the polyline, which is the basic object, the first one you find here. So if I click, I start to create a polyline. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna, create a random thing, and you can see it's snapping to the grid. Now I think this is also pretty important when working here if you want to be, fast and you want to do something precise right away. And I'm gonna close the shape. As you can see, there is no close command or anything. These are just a set of lines joined together by these nodes or vertices. So when I finish, I can press ESC, and this will exit, or well, it's a button on the top left of your keyboard. I call it ESC, but I think it's like escape or exit or something in your keyboard. But that's to end the drawing and go back to the drawing in terms of I can select another action now. And the thing I want to do is just click with the left mouse. You can select the various elements, and if you continue to click, it's going to add to the selection. So now I selected all the lines that I created, and they are underlined also here. So this panel divided into, well, 3 parts. So the bottom part is for the geometry. So these are all the lines and the vertices you created. And also you can select here if you want to select everything, like the vertices and the vector between them. And this is just for one vertex, and this is just for the other vertex. And that's the entire line. And by the way, if you want, you can also like turn them off and on in the visualization, or you can also delete them. So if I change my mind on the 5th line here, I can just hit the delete key, and that's going to be deleted. Or let me just go back, Control Z to bring it back. And you have other options here like filters. So if you don't want to see some type of geometry, or you want to see it, and here you want to have extended information or not. And well, this is the geometry. Now the next one is the constraint. So we already put some constraints just by drawing. It automatically adds constraints. Now if you don't want that, you can go here and just turn off the auto constraints, and well, you can turn on and off these features. So if I continue to draw here, let me just draw a circle. I'm gonna draw more freely without any constraint, just like I did in the other workbench that we used to work in 2D, which is the draft.